All right.
A little bit of Korean, German, and Spanish.
So we're going to talk millennial and content marketing, right? Go ahead. Yeah. Talk millennial and content marketing, and it's a whole bunch of numbers and facts and stuff. So the millennial being a bunch of Jacobs. How old are you, Jacob?
30.
Yeah, 32, almost 33. So he fits right in there. Between 18 and 35 is the millennial dude.
That's like a 15.
All right. So as I mentioned, I'm going to Shanghai next month, and so I'm trying to get a grip on who does what and how much they do it. So bunch of numbers. All right. So lots of words. If you can't see it from where you sit, move up. I can't help it. Maybe I can make it a little bit bigger. Oh, look at that! But then it kind of falls off the page.
It was fine before no one said you can see it.
All right. So 501 U.S. millennials. This company Newscred is run by a bunch of millennials, and so they're researching other people like them and what they like, what they don't like. 62% of those feel that online content drives their loyalty to a brand. So the more content you have online, nearly two-thirds of them are attracted by how much stuff you have on your website. Yet, this is good, the content they're receiving turns them off. Now, write this down, Bob. Sue, write this down. How they get turned off, because it does not help them navigate their everyday problems. Remember, demographic, desire, obstacle, hero, solution? Well, that piece is missing. So it doesn't help them navigate everyday problems. This is a good one too. I love this one. Too long. How many times have we heard that long form is better than short form? That's not true. It's simply not true. It's sales driven. So well, it's all right to sell, but if that's the main purpose of what you got going on there, it's not. And then finally, it's not tailored messaging. Remember, demographic, desire, obstacle, solution. So if we're not tailored to their demographic, to this specific age group, they're not going to read it. Too long, not pertinent, doesn't solve a problem, and it's bent on selling me something. Wow, that's pretty interesting for the millennial. 82 million millennials consume online content monthly. 82 million, that's a big number. I mean, it's only 300, that's like 1/4 of the United States, right? 4 times 8 is 330 million, 320 million. So 1 out of 4 Americans are in the millennial category. Lots of words. The sad truth, millennials are not impressed by your content marketing. Content, amazing opportunity. Millennials can call BS faster than any other audience, right? They consume copious amounts of content, 10 seconds. You've got 10 seconds. So what's the most important part of a search? Right, the title. You get your title wrong, I mean, they're going to see that in less than a second. So titles ought to be such that they don't need to be read. They should be able to be seen and know what it says. It should be that obvious. And then what happens after that, Bob? Exactly, the opening line. The opening line, the lead, the entrance into the post.
That's what they see in the search engine.
Exactly. So if we're not reiterating what we promised them in the title, it's not going to work. So if we don't make a promise in the title that they can grab in 10 seconds, if we don't start delivering within the first 10 seconds, give it up. Identity obsessed, we're back to demographic, desire, obstacle. They like to laugh. Well, I don't care whether they like to laugh or not, but it is what it is. Like to laugh, Jacob? Yeah, look at that. They're independent, or at least they want to think they are. Cultural relevance, make the connection. There's good stuff here on how to reach them, on what kind of storyline to create. They want to read your brand's content, but they're not really feeling it right now. They want to know how you can connect to them, to what's going on in their life right now. All right. Newscred survey, millennials. Jacob, you fit in here, so if it's not true, let us know, right? Millennials respond positively to content when it is tailored to their age, right? Tailored to where they are. What was the last column there? What's the last column? Wayne?
Oh, is that location?
Location, very good. So when I've got their age in mind, when I've got their location in mind, I've got their interests in mind, desires, this is my desire, this is my obstacle, this is my age group. The more I can put that into a blog post, the more relevant I am.
So they'll give the lower limits of that again. I'm sorry.
The upper lower limits of
Not
what?
their age.
18 to 35. And not 35 in 1 month. It's 34 years, 365 days. So it's right around there, 18 to 35. And you know, Wayne said, oh, they're not my customer. Maybe they're not, but they're going to be.
They're entry level managers.
Exactly. That's you're pretty fart smell. I mean, pretty smart fellow, aren't you? That's exactly. They're the future leaders. They're the future buyers. You know, they're the ones getting married, having kids, and so on, right? So these are great numbers. How to reach them? Look at this. 64% of millennials respond positively to content. Content is useful. How do we know whether it's useful or not? Age relevant.
Feedback.
Well, yeah, well, they'll tell us that. With 2/3, I don't, feedback. I got my comments turned off, so I'm not going to know. But if I'm talking to that specific demographic and I'm meeting the desires that they have, and I'm overcoming an obstacle that I think and I understand faces them, and I'm providing a real result that's culturally that fits their relevance where they are, it's going to be useful, right? And then 30% refuse to read content that doesn't entertain or educate them. So we don't have to make them laugh.
Yeah.
You don't have to make them laugh as long as you teach them something. Jake, you'd like to learn? Well, yeah, of course. So if I can make them laugh and learn, what's it mean for brands? Brands need to be what? Cute, fun. No, it would be useful. Create content that either, now this is great. Somebody to write this down and put this on your forehead. Inspire, educate, and entertain. There it is, inspire. So Deepak, when you start updating your website, I want to inspire, educate, and entertain. Well, I'm not an inspiring kind of a thing, but I can't educate. Or I'm entertaining. It doesn't do one of these three things, hit the delete button and start again.
What's the difference between educated and
Not same thing.
Actually,
Well-
if you give me information, that's informing me. If you tell me the relevance of the information and I retain it, now you've educated me.
And if I act upon it, then I'm smart. It's like me telling Wayne to blog and then he finally does it.
It's almost like someone's been looking at analytics.
But this is I'm telling you, this is great. If you don't think it's great, you're in the wrong room. If it doesn't do one of these things, so write something, Wayne. And then before you hit publish, say, did I inspire people?
Bill, talk to her about that.
Did I educate people or did I entertain them? And if I haven't done one of those three, hit the delete button, start over. That's gold there. Am I inspiring? Am I educating? Or am I entertaining? They're not the same. So the way I always characterize it, the words I use is make a contribution. Am I contributing something? So am I contributing inspiration? Am I contributing to the entertainment field? Am I contributing a educational plus, an educational left? Have I given something? If I'm not giving one of these three, I'm a useless. Hit the delete button. 31% found they buy if the brand delivers interesting content that teaches them something. Is there like a theme that's being echoed here over and over again? Teach, educate, inspire, entertain. And so, the millennials, they don't need to be pampered. You're a real person, aren't you? Give me something that's useful. Make me laugh. Right? The older we get, the less we care about such things, but we still want it to be relevant. If it's not relevant, who cares? There's not that much difference, I don't think. But 1 out of 3. Look at light bulbs. 60% only share content that is thought-provoking and intelligent. So we think that everything we write is thought-provoking, is it? It's not. We think that everything we put online is intelligent, is it? It's not. So something that's very, very useful, I think, here is an honest-to-goodness gut check. Ask yourself, did I provoke a thought? Don't lie to yourself. It's like when you're in high school. You think she likes you. But if you ask your gut, you knew better, right? You just know that, but you don't want to listen to yourself. So listen to yourself, and you'll know whether you're saying something intelligent or not. 41% of millennials said the main reason they abandon content is that it's too long. It's, so if I can't capture their interest in 10 seconds, they're not going to keep reading. And if they, search, find, open, read, scroll down, too long, I'm out of here. So if I can't get my answer out really quickly, I'm not going to get it out. According to millennials share content when it's something they believe in, that makes sense. Thought-provoking, well, that makes sense. 70% when it's funny. I don't know.
If you combine all three, you got a winner, then don't.
If it's something, if it's something they believe in that's funny, but stimulates them. Are there things that are funny but yet poignant? I guess is the word, right? You can do.
Just gotta be.
It's got to be really good. But if you can do all three of them, then you got a good chance of getting it shared. Yeah, if I were you, I'd write these things down. Let me write something thought-provoking. And wrestle with that.
If you tell a story, well, a story can educate, and it can be stimulating, and it can be thought-provoking.
That's right.
Stories are good.
Stories are
Good.
something like 80% of the people will remember your story and 0% will remember your facts.
80% remember your story.
Yeah, well, it's not. Maybe that's a big. It's more than half. 60-70% remember the story you told them, and 2% remember the facts you gave them. So you're going to say, this is better than that. And you tell them the story. He told that story, and it was, I don't know how much better it was, but it sure was better because of the story. So think of a funny story that's thought-provoking, that touches on something you believe in. Facebook and Google are still the top places millennials search for content. When they go to Facebook, right? So they search in the Facebook search box, but
Google, I get it.
get that. We're still this is the national norm. The national norm is like 68 or 69%. And so millennials are using search much more than they're using anything else. Well, not much more than Facebook. But the problem or the issue that we might have with Facebook is after I searched for something in Facebook and then I found it, then what do I have to do? Then I have to click through to where I want them to take action. So I can get the same visibility here, but I'm not going to get the same performance because they're not on the call to action page. They're on a page where they have to go somewhere before I can get them to act. But dang it, Jacob, do you use Google search sometimes?
Of course.
There's our resident kid there. That's very kiddish to me. But so if I were going to create content, what kind of content would I want to create? I want to create funny, blah, blah, blah. But number 4 is what? Searchable. It's got to be searchable. How do I get searchable? More stuff. Findable stuff, quality stuff. Purple. What gets you to share? Funny still wins. Thought-provoking, something I believe, relevant to my friends, current events, original. You know how hard it is to come up with anything original anymore? Like Solomon, everything, nothing new under the sun. You see, it's original if it's your thoughts.
Well, but you're taking a bunch of thoughts that are already repackaging in a way that's new.
Yeah, exactly. So it becomes original, it becomes your take on that. There's nothing I can say about Japan that probably somebody else hasn't already said, but I got a 20-year perspective on what I'm saying. So it's original to me. So even I'm saying something, if I've established myself as a credible source for saying it, it becomes an original thought. Most people don't have original thoughts. Millennials prefer content that is useful, tailored to their interests, right? To their demographic, cultural interest, that's demographic. Tailored to their location, their age, Reference people they respect. Gosh, that's way down here. So talking about people they like just doesn't resonate as much. Takes a stand on social, relevant, their demographic, and useful. Gosh, if I were going to write something, what would I write about? Something that's useful, something that inspires, something that provokes thought, something that's funny if I can get away with it. How much millennials read communications from brands? For sometimes, so about half, or between most and sometimes. Right? Do you have favorite brand, Deepak? Yeah, see, I'm not a millennial. I'm not even I'm a baby boomer, I think. I don't have any favorite anything. Sure.
And the older you get, the more you see brands change over time too.
Yep. When asked where millennials engage with brands, that's a good one, right? 50% on the company's website.
Okay, by the company, what company? I mean, company.
Whatever brand that they choose to engage in.
They go to Nike.
They go to Nike.
Oh,
So,
yeah, you're,
social media. So when I engage with a company on social media, what do I have to do after that? To get out. So when I engage with them on their site, what do I got? I'm there where I want to be. So articles, blah, 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 none of the above. None of the above. That's good.
their app is pretty, I mean, their app's kind of significant number, it's almost 30%.
Through their
That's
app.
pretty high.
Yeah, but when I'm reading about a company on their app, what do I have to do? I have to go somewhere else.
But that means, to me, that means they're moving around on their cell phone. That's what that tells me.
Right.
They're smart.
Something like 80% of all apps are downloaded and never looked at again.
It's too many.
But those 30 right there, they're using.
If you can get it used. But there's the same thing, if I can get it used. Got a couple more here, I think. So prefer brands that fit my price point, that's way out here, have a great product. How do you establish yourself as a great product? And how do you establish yourself as somebody that you know and trust? How do you do that?
Time,
Time and
relationship.
content. Let me tell you, the more I can tell you how I can solve your problems, the more I can convince you that my product is your solution. It's way out here. And they're transparent. Interact with me on social. Look at that, way down here below 20%. I just love brands that I can talk to on Facebook. Nah, right? Have great advertising. Nah. Have a social mission. Nah. Locally owned. Nah. Product's good, and I know and trust them. And that's it. That's my millennial there.